Hello, Conrad. Great to see you today.
Great to see you, Kai. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, Conrad, last week we reported our Q1 results. So sales were slightly down in Swiss francs, slightly up in local currencies. Now, some of our peers reported significant growth. You still said you are happy with our results. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm happy with our results, Kai. Clariant returned to profitable growth in the first quarter. You're right. In local currency, we increased revenue by 2%. However, if you correct for the declines in our oil services business, our other businesses were actually up 9% in local currency. So we saw a solid recovery across most of our markets. Also important in terms of profitability, our profitability improved from the first quarter of last year. EBITDA margins at 16.4% versus 15.4% last year, which I think is also a great achievement in the current environment where we see significant increases in raw material and logistics costs. So yes, happy about the first quarter results.
So you would say we can be really proud of our achievements.
Yes, we can be proud of our achievements, Kai. And I would like to thank all of our employees for their hard work in what still is a challenging environment amidst the pandemic, the ongoing pandemic, amidst these rising raw material costs, the inflation that we see, but also outages of raw materials, interruptions in our logistics. A challenging environment, a great job done by all of our teams.
Absolutely. And I mean, besides the hard work and all the efforts, what would you say were the key drivers for this success?
Yeah, the key drivers for the success. Well, first, the strengths of our core specialty chemicals portfolio. We have seen strong sales in catalysis, strong sales in care chemicals, in additives, in functional minerals. I think another key driver for the success has been the disciplined delivery of our performance improvement programs. In the first quarter, 6 million Swiss francs delivered to our bottom line from these performance improvement programs.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, these are all tactical measures. Nevertheless, even amidst the pandemic, I think strategy is important. So where do we stand with the strategy implementation, things like portfolio management, investments, innovation, and so on? Did we actually stop these initiatives because of the pandemic, or were we able to just continue as before?
It's a great question, Kai. I think what the company has done well amidst the pandemic is to manage both the short term in terms of our cash generation, in terms of our ability to continue to supply our clients, but also the long term, where we have continued to invest in innovation, where we have continued to invest in CapEx for organic growth.
Yeah, can you give us some examples of these investments, maybe?
Yeah, examples of these investments in the first quarter have been our partnership with India Glycol, which will bring us the #1 position in surfactants in India. And it also will bring us a #1 position in green ethylene oxide derivatives globally. Another example, key example in the first quarter, the opening of the Clariant campus in Shanghai, which significantly will improve our ability to locally develop products and then subsequently locally produce them and to continue to support this growth in China. Finally, we announced a new joint venture production facility for our UV light stabilizers in China to support the fast-growing market for plastic parts, exterior plastic parts, parts on automotive, on vehicles.
Yeah, and let's not forget also in bioadditives last year, this new LPP2 capacity went on stream, and also the pipeline is still filled for this year, with the Catofin plant in China, which will be open towards the end of the year. And the same applies to the sunliquid plant in Romania. So in terms of organic growth, I think we have a lot to offer. Now, what about inorganic growth? Talking about M&A, where do we stand here? What are opportunities that you would see?
Yeah, we are looking at opportunities for value creative M&A. I think it's fair to say that the big transformational transactions are not on the horizon, but our team is very committed to deliver a so-called string of pearls. So we are actively looking at smaller companies that are a strong fit with our existing businesses and that will really strengthen our market positions in our 3 core segments where we are active today.
So let's maybe move away from Q1 a little bit. Conrad, you joined us in January. That means the 100 days are already over. So what is your conclusion after these first 100 days in office?
Yeah, my first 100 days are over. I have spoken to many colleagues, amongst those all 70 top leaders, our GMT leaders. And my conclusion here is we have an excellent team. Highly capable leaders, very engaged and committed to really, even further improve the performance of Clariant. Also, I think very well established best practices in terms of processes. Processes in our supply chain, processes in innovation, processes in the area of commercial excellence. And finally, great customers. I had the opportunity and the privilege to engage with some of our largest customers and to really see the partnerships with them that have been developed over the years to help them with our products, many times offering solutions for their sustainability challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Conrad, we are of course happy to still see you in good mood after 100 days. So with your long track record in the industry, you already knew a lot about Clariant before joining us. Now, is there anything that surprised you in these first 100 days?
Yeah, what surprised me, Kai, and what actually impressed me is the strength of the technology. Whether you look in our catalysis business, where you see unique technology in biocatalysis, unique technology catalyst that can play a role in the new hydrogen economy. Whether you look in care chemicals, unique technology where we can formulate surfactants based on biorenewable feedstock. Whether you look in natural resources, great technology that can play a role in chemicals recycling. So what really impressed me is actually the strength and the depth of the technology portfolio that the company has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Conrad, as you know, I had the privilege to join a big convention where some of your colleagues, CEOs of other big chemical companies like BASF, Covestro, Evonik, shared some insights, and you were in a panel discussion with Martin Brudermüller, so CEO of BASF. And you were also discussing a collaboration that we have with them. They are now investing, as we all know, in a big new Verbund site. So this is a huge investment in China. And I understood that we can make some contributions there. Could you explain that to us?
Yeah, Kai, it is actually a privilege to learn that we play a key role in this strategic investment for BASF. As you know, BASF has committed to build a new Verbund site in South China for 10 billion euros in terms of their investment. What BASF wants to do is to actually feed one of their crackers with recycled plastics. And here Clariant offers unique technology that will help BASF to purify the so-called pyrolysis oil to get it to the right specifications so that indeed it can feed one of those crackers. It's great to see how we partner with BASF, a core client for Clariant, and how we're actually together making this happen in China.
So Conrad, if I take all these examples, you mentioned BASF. Now you talked about sunliquid, that means to turn waste into fuel, something that was unthinkable maybe 10, 20 years ago. Then other examples, hydrogen, power to X technology. all of these things together, would they be the basis for a new, let's say, big dream for us at Clariant? Because in the past, our big dream was just to become the biggest player on the market. From what you're saying now, it seems we're entering a new journey with a big transformation in terms of sustainability. So is this how we can describe it?
Yeah, I think the great thing is, the exciting thing, Kai, is that this is not a big dream. This is reality. The technology is there. Clariant has developed this technology over many years. Yes, Clariant has been one of the early adopters of sustainability, and Clariant is very well positioned to supply these products in the coming years to our clients to actually make them more sustainable. And indeed, that is vital and essential to contribute to these targets that have been announced in Europe, that have been announced in China, that have been announced recently in the US to become carbon neutral in 2050 for Europe, for the US, and 2060 for China.
Yeah, Conrad, that should give us a perspective, and I think it also motivates us to continue with our efforts to further, push this transformation. So, well, thank you very much for your time. That was very insightful, and I truly look forward to talking to you very soon again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Kai. I look forward to it as well. Thank you.